Okay, hello everyone. Today we will discuss the concept of strain gauge. Okay, so basically, strain gauge is a electrical sensor in which its resistance fluctuates or changes or varies according to the external load applied to the member. Okay, the diagram is basically look like it is a simple foil in which the resistance or resistive wire is mounted on it, and basically this foil is fitted to the member where we want to apply the external load. ठीक, so strain gauge, if I will say strain gauge, it is a electrical sensor in which the input you can apply force, pressure, load, whatever any mechanical quantity you are applying at the input, at the output its resistance changes, means we are getting the change in resistance, that is delta R. As I have already told you, the basically sensors are two types, one is mechanical sensor and one is electrical sensor. In mechanical sensor the output should be a mechanical quantity, and in electrical sensor the output should be a electrical quantity. Now look here in output we are getting the change in resistance, means it will come under the category of electrical sensor. Now let's check out its working principle, how it works, and we have to find the value of delta R. Okay, okay, suppose, look here, suppose let us consider this is a bar in which suppose I want to apply a point load here. Okay, because the load is P. So what happens after applying the applied load? The shape of the bar will look like in this manner. ठीक. Now what happens? The strain gauge actually attached to this member by the help of adhesives. Okay, so here suppose I am putting one strain gauge on the top fiber, and here suppose I am attaching another strain gauge at the bottom fiber. Okay, so this is a rod. Okay, this is a member or rod. You are applying point load at the end of the bar. So what happens? It will bend in this manner. So if it bends, the member bends, the top fiber will go on tension and the bottom fiber will go on compression. It means the length of this strain gauge wire or resistive wire will extend, okay, and in bottom fiber the length of the strain gauge will be will be shortage. So the shape will look like, so it is the top fiber strain gauge and it is the bottom fiber strain gauge. Okay, so if the length increases or changes, accordingly the resistance will change. Suppose here the resistance will be R1 and here suppose the resistance will be R2. ठीक, now we have to find what is the change in resistance. And remember one thing, if the tensile load is applied, if the tensile load is applied suppose the tensile load, you are applying tensile load, P is applying, means here tensile strain will be produced. Here tensile strain will be produced, and in case of tensile strain, the resistance of the strain gauge will increase. Okay. In the reverse case, if you are applying the compressive load, means this member will experience a compressive strain. Compressive strain. In this case, the resistance of the strain gauge will decrease. Okay, we will prove this. Okay, so now so you have already studied in the strength of material according to Hooke's law. And within elastic limit, we can write the stress is directly proportional to strain. Okay, the stress is directly proportional to strain is valid under the condition of elastic limit. Okay, so what is stress? It is the external force applied to the cross sectional area of the member. And what is strain? It is change in dimension. In this case, the dimension is our length. Suppose change in length by original length. Okay, so if I have to omit this proportional sign, I have to write capital E. It is the Young's modulus of elasticity of the member into change in length divided by original length. So what is delta L upon L? It will be P upon AE. P upon AE. Suppose this is equation number 1. Okay, you have already studied this one in your third semester. Okay, delta L upon L will be P by AE. Now students, you know the resistance R is S into L upon A. Here R is the resistance of the strain gauge and S will be the resistivity of the wire, L is the length of the wire, and capital A here it is the cross sectional area of the strain gauge wire. Okay, strain gauge wire. So in a given wire, cross sectional area will not change, it will be constant, and the resistivity of the material, it is a material property, it will be constant. So automatically the R will depend on what? Length. Automatically R will depend on length. So, and how it depends? It depends directly proportional with respect to the length. So can I write R is directly proportional to L? लिख सकते हैं ऐसे. So if I am writing R is directly proportional to length, it means change in resistance will also be directly proportional to change in length. Okay, and it can also be written in this manner: change in resistance upon resistance will be directly proportional to change in length upon length. Okay, we can write that, but we know what is delta L by L, it is P by A. So here we can write delta R upon R is directly proportional to P by A E. P by A E. Okay, you have to remember this one. Okay, suppose this is equation number 2 and this is equation number 3. Clear? Now look at the equation number 3. What is P? It is the external load we are applying. What is A? It is the cross sectional area of the bar or the member. And what is E? It is the Young's modulus. Now it is constant for a given member and Young's modulus is fixed for a given material or given member. So can I write the change in resistance will be proportional to the external load you are applying? Means जितना ज़्यादा लोड अप्लाई करोगे रेजिस्टेंस में उतना चेंज आएगा. If you are applying a small amount of load, the resistance will show a small change in resistance. If you are applying a large amount of load, we will get a large change in the resistance. Okay, so from here we can conclude the change in resistance will be directly proportional to the external load we are applying. Means resistance will be a function of external load. Suppose this is equation number 4. It is equation number 4. Okay. Now come back to equation number 2. We have written delta R upon R will be proportional to delta L upon L. So from equation number 2 we can write delta R upon R. If I will put a equal to sign here, I have to write GF into delta L upon L. Okay, what is GF? It is the strain gauge factor or strain gauge constant. Strain gauge factor, and its value generally varies from 2 to 4. If in the question the value is not given, you have to take the value in between 2 and 4. Generally it is given in the question. If not given, remember its value lies between 2 to 4. Now we have got the results. We have to remember only this formula. Okay, so what is GF? Means strain gauge factor. It will be the ratio of delta R upon R to the delta L upon L. Okay, so it will be delta R upon R whole divided by delta L, change in length upon length. So basically this is the formula for strain gauge factor, and by finding this from this equation we can find this. Everything is given. This is given in the question. It will be given in the question. It will be given. Either of the two or one of the two you have to find out. Okay, so let's solve one numerical, so it will be better understanding for you.